Diseases. How do you see diseases? Basically, we see our body from the first house lord, and we see diseases from sixth house or sixth house lord. So, if we see a combination of the first house lord, that's the ascendant lord, and the sixth house lord, then there are chances of getting sick. And from 12th house we conclude about hospitalization. From 8th house we see how many days you will be getting sick and all, and what medications and all things like that. But from 12th house we see hospitalization. So any association of the first house lord, first house with sixth house lord shows a chance of getting sick. Or any planet which is neither the first house lord or the sixth house lord, but any other planet is sitting in the sixth house, it also gives the symptoms or indications about what type of diseases you may have in future. How good or bad that placement is, it depends upon that planet placement. If it is very malefic, then it will harm a lot if you fall sick. But suppose I take an example of Saturn sitting in the sixth house. So generally you won't fall sick, but if once you fall sick, it will be a very long disease, means it will take a very lengthy time to get cured. And basically if Ketu is out there, so it shows that it would be something which can't be diagnosed. So it depends, it varies actually which malefic planet is there. So every planet has its own effects. In every house has a different effect. In every sign it has a different effect, and every sign mostly they have 3 nakshatras. So in each nakshatra it varies. Sign also varies and nakshatra also it varies, because the result is given by the nakshatra lord. So these things are very complicated, and until and unless there is a good astrologer, only he can conclude. A layman can't conclude with seeing it on the what we are seeing in the D1 chart. It's really tough to conclude upon. So that's why the predictions don't happen actually. The layman predictions doesn't occur in our life. Our life is more complicated. For that one need to study a lot. That's why I still study, and every astrologer actually he studies. So the best remedy which I say would be, you can't wear a gemstone. Some people say that by donating things it's very easy to get rid of that disease or that sickness. But generally I prefer to say people that chant the Vedic mantras or the Bij mantras of that particular planet which is associated with the sixth house. Either it is the sixth house lord, or it is the Lagnesh sitting in the sixth house, or the sixth house lord sitting in the ascendant, or they both are combinedly sitting in a place. So chant the Bij mantra of that sixth house lord, because it's putting an ill effect on the ascendant lord. So to get rid of that ill effect, you can chant that sixth house lord Bij mantra. That the problem will be taken care of. And whatever remedy you all do, at least try to do that remedy at least continuously for a year. Means if you all are chanting, because they have like for sun, we actually assume that we need to chant at least 7,000 times. So 7,000, in some texts it said 10,000. So it varies from people to people I have seen. So I take a higher number for everything, so to be on the safer side. Don't do it less. It is always better to do it more, because doing more won't harm you, but doing less won't give you the results. So because chanting of mantras won't affect you negatively, no matter, even if the case is the worst case and you unknowingly chant any Vedic mantra, any Bij mantra. If you are doing it correctly, it won't harm you ever. Do it with a pure heart. Get up in the morning, take bath, clean yourself fully, wear clean clothes. And especially if you all are doing Vedic mantras, the most important thing I believe is avoid garlic, onion, non-vegetarian food, alcohol. These are the things which you should always avoid, because they have, what to say, you all can say that these Vedic mantras are for the pure souls. So if you are more in the impure side, then they will be harming you. That's for sure. I'm not, what to say, inflicting any fear in someone's mind. That's true. That's why I am saying, don't lie to people. Just after chanting a Vedic mantra, you move outside, out of your house, you meet someone, and you start lying. And all the good effects will be nullified because you are lying. And when you lie, it's only Satan which punishes you. He has been given that charge. I know I elaborate a lot, because people don't understand and they make these type of mistakes, and then they suffer, and then they will be blaming me. Most of the people who are astrologers, they say, okay, come to me, I will do the chanting, because they themselves also don't want to take the burden of whatever mistakes he will be making. Because when someone is a guru to someone, he has to take the brunt of 1/6 part of that if he is making a mistake. So many times people don't take everyone as a disciple also. So understand, it's very serious, because the way I work is very different from every other astrologer. They don't take that much of risk. I have a habit of taking risk my whole life. I'm born with that. No one else can put his legs in my shoes, not even for a minute. I stretch it up to the limit. It's always said that no one should chant Mahamrityunjay Jap without knowing it fully. I said, okay, do this chanting, no problem. That means I'm knowingly taking that risk by telling people to do Mahamrityunjay Jap. That's one of my most favorite mantras. It's not that I'm not aware of the power of that mantra. I'm always aware of it. But even if someone is coming to me, he should be knowledgeable enough to know and understand. Even if suppose someday I miss, in every video I can't tell people, okay, you need to clean yourself. You should be clean by heart, by soul, by mind. There should be purity in you. Because ultimately you will be harming yourself. That sickness may continue even after chanting. Why? Because you don't have anything good. It happens, sometimes that people ask me. I intentionally many times say, okay, you can't do it because it won't affect him. Yeah, it mostly doesn't affect. It depends upon, like, suppose there is a child till the age of 12, his or her mother can do that or father can do that. But after 12 years of age, they can't, it won't affect him. They have to do it itself. Shastras have told these things. I'm not preparing something of my own just to please any people. I'm just trying to guide everyone what Shastras have told. And they have tried it for many, hundreds of years. It's nearly about 5,000-year-old science. Astrology is the old science. It has its roots from the past 500 years. So it has been tried and tested for 5,000 years. It started with the Vedas and all, Puranas and Vedas. Those scriptures have given every mantra and all. Whatever mantra I am telling you all, it's from those books only. Anyone can go and check those original books if you get hand on that. Okay, this is the thing, this is the mantra. What is the significance? What does that mantra explain? Slowly I will be building up a library for myself. Now I don't have that much of book in hand, so I focus on those core 9 Bij mantras only now. I don't want to elaborate too much, then it becomes too complicated. Then there are categories and all. Okay, you can go to this mantra, you can go to this, you can do this also. Those are stages. For laymen, those Bij mantras are the easiest. The intensity, the level increases, the complexity of those mantras increases. So it's always tough for the layman to chant a very tough mantra. The Bij mantras are the simplest, so it's very easy for me to tell you people, okay, do this Bij mantra. I will be giving all the simplest task to do. No, you all are not specialists. You are not having any mastery over that subject. Pronunciation is very tough, even for me. I'm not a guy of Sanskrit medium or Hindi medium, so it's tough for me to chant those mantras. Knowing something and chanting something is two different things. On top of that, you have to sit in a Padmasana position, which, because I have a spondylitis, so I can't do. And that's my drawback. Physically, I am weak. That's really nearly a must to sit in that Padmasana. Until unless someone is very sick and he can't sit in that position, then you can take a liberty, or you can sit in a chair like I do. That's why I don't take Sankalpa, because for that you have to sit hours in that Padmasana and do. People ask why you don't take Sankalpa in someone else's name and do those chantings. Because I am not physically fit enough to do that. It puts a strain on my body. So understand those things. 6th house is the, the darkest, the grey part of our life, our horoscope. The worst house and the best house also, and at sometimes, because it gives jobs also. It gives loan also. You can't paint black. I never use the term black for 6th house. I use the term grey, because it has the shade of white and black. It's not fully black. That's what I mean when I speak grey. No house is black. First house is the 12th house of 2nd house. It's logic. If we say that the Dharma Trikons 1, 5, 9, 9th being the best house, 1 being the least best, 5th is in between, is the intensity and the power, the goodness lies maximum in the 9th house. In the whole horoscope, the 12 houses, 9th is the best house, but 9th is also 12th for 10th. Means if you have a very good luck, it's obvious that you won't need to work, because what you do, you are spending everything. Your luck you have so good a luck that you don't need to work. Expenses are seen from 12th house, no? So whatever you needed to work to earn, actually your luck gave you that thing. It spended all your hard work. That's why you gained. So a good 9th house means a bad 10th house. Like I have a very good 9th house lord. Very good. It's very strong. Though it's seen by malefic, it's sitting with a malefic, but being guru is guru. Every other blemishes are, hidden by that planet. So when it is so good, what it did, it was very powerful and Saturn was not so powerful. So I didn't have to work. It's the other way around actually. But I don't speak those type of things just because if I tend to speak more about those things, then people will stop working and they will give excuses because they will be unknowingly doing that because they don't know the logic behind that thing. That's why I don't put a stress on the ninth house lot. It's not that I don't believe in luck or not, because all my life I have been lucky regarding everything. I don't have to fight a lot. I tend to fight with other things actually, other issues. Intentionally and unintentionally I fight. I fight for other people actually. I don't fight for myself. I hardly speak about myself. Even if I'm losing a war, if I'm fighting for myself and I'm losing, I will leave that war. I won't be fighting with that guy. I will let destiny decide. I may be strong enough to defeat him, but that won't be good. According to Dharma, I don't understand many times Dharma. So I leave it on destiny, on God. So coming back to the point actually, there is another way actually. You see, first house is the 8th of 6th. Means 8th means the house of death or longevity. So if your first house lord is very strong, you won't get any disease. That won't affect negatively because they are, we say Sarashtak Varga, means 6 and 8 position, Sarashtak position. The 6th house lord and the first house lord, means one is the 6th from another and the another one is 8th from the 6th. First house is the 8th house. So they have this type of correlations. So we can wear a gemstone of the first house lord if that is well posited and someone is falling sick a lot, so increase that power. So we sometimes say, okay, chant that mantra. It's even better if you chant your ascended lord Bij mantra. The easiest thing, if someone comes to me without looking at any horoscope, the first thing I could suggest without saying any, okay, what is your ascendant? Oh, like me, Aries. Okay, chant Mars Bij mantra. That's it. If you are alive, then 5th will come, then 9th will come. But if you are not there, what is the use? So it's always better to think about that subject first rather than looking at the 9th house or the 5th house. If you are not healthy, you won't be getting healthy offsprings. You won't be having good sperm. If you have a disease, that if it's a genetic disease, it will be carried forward with the sperm to your offsprings. So always try to keep yourself healthy. Then every house results will be, the bad effects, the bad signs will be getting nullified. So Lagnesh is the most important thing in a horoscope, whatever may be the situation. Even if the dire situation is there, we won't be trying to kill that Lagnesh. We won't be trying to kill that person. At any cost, we have to save. That's the logic why it counts actually. How I understand, how I take a decision between good and bad. I imply logic. That someone came to me, I'm saying, okay, you have a problem with your 7th house lord. Increase the power of that house. Don't divorce your wife. Stop chanting mantras for your Lagnesh lord because it is very strong. And your 7th house lord is very weak. Increase the power of 7th house lord and decrease your power. So you will die and she will survive. So what's the use if I am killing the subject only? It's not becoming what to say. I'm not taking sides. When someone, even if, suppose I don't have that type of any enmity with anyone, but suppose even my enemy comes to me and he asks me, okay, you are my enemy, how I can get saved from your power? Then I will tell him bluntly, okay, chant the. So what really happens, one has to understand those things, that what is more important in a horoscope. Then only he can say he is a good astrologer. Even if someone is not an astrologer, he need to understand that you are looking into your horoscope and you need to focus on which planet the most. That's why the Isht is the first house lord, not the Bhagyesh. The ascendant lord is your Isht Devta. Forget about your Kul Devta. If you are alive, your Kul will be alive. That's the thing. That's the motto. So, you will have less diseases if you will wear first house lord gemstone also. And even fifth house lord gemstone also. Because that is the 12th house of 6th house. And even the 9th house lord. Because that is the 4th house. If your luck shines, you will be remaining happy. So it helps actually. It decreases diseases. That's why 9th house lord gemstone also helps. Why these gemstones are good? If they are posited in a good position. If suppose you have a ascendant lord sitting in the 6th house, you can't wear that gemstone. That's why. Because it's inflicting disease by its own. So you can't increase its power anymore. That is the drawback. There we take a decision, okay, don't wear that gemstone. Just chant the Bij mantra. Because by chanting the Bij mantra, the evil effects diminishes. It doesn't get powerful or it doesn't get weak. The logic behind everything is very different actually. When you wear a gemstone, the power increases. But in the Bij mantra, it, what to say, purifies the soul, purifies that planet. It brings it to the neutral position, the zero. There is a minus, there is a plus. So it brings it to zero, the equilibrium position. That's why I chose that thing. There is a logic behind my astrology. I don't know about other people. I've tried and tested these things and now I understand. Okay. Why some remedies are very good and others don't have that much power. So do those things and you all will get healthy. Thank you.